American Jewish Congress has expressed concern over your comments comparing mask mandates to the Holocaust. Do you stand behind those comments?
You know, here's what I stand by. We shouldn't be having this kind of treatment. No one should be treated like a second-class citizen for saying I don't need to wear a mask or saying that my medical records are my privacy based on my HIPAA rights. And so I stand by all of my statements. I said nothing wrong. And I think any rational Jewish person didn't like what happened in Nazi Germany, and any rational Jewish person doesn't like what's happening with overbearing mask mandates and overbearing vaccine policies.
Do you understand, though, why some would be upset and offended by the comment?
Well, do you understand how people feel about being forced to wear masks or being forced to have to take a vaccine or even have to say that whether they've taken it or not? These are just things that shouldn't be happening in America. This is a free country, and it's just ridiculous to have these kind of conversations.
I want to talk a little bit about the audit here in Arizona, why you guys are here. You know, many have said there have been 3 audits already here in Maricopa County. Why was this audit necessary?
Well, I think it's a full, comprehensive forensic audit. Why is anyone worried about audits if they're not concerned about the election? If everyone feels good about the election, then they should have no problem with the taxpayers who, by the way, pay for the ballots, pay for the machines, pay everyone's salary. That should not be offensive to anyone for the taxpayers to get an audit.
I think many would argue that this is all about transparency. Do you think there needs to be more transparency in this audit when it comes to who's paying for it?
Isn't it on like camera? I think there's tons of people donating their own personal dollars to this audit. So that's actual people paying for the audit themselves. The Senate approved it, and this is something that's happening. I can't understand why the media is upset about it. I can't understand why the Democrats are upset about it. I can't understand why the Department of Justice is upset about it.
You mentioned on stage that you're hopeful that this is a blueprint for other states back home in Georgia. What state do you think realistically could potentially undergo a similar audit to what we're seeing in Arizona?
I think Georgia can. I definitely think Georgia can. This is something we've been pushing for in Georgia. We may get to see this in Michigan, maybe, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. So we'll just see what happens, and hopefully the people, you know, it's for the people. Hopefully the people get their answers.
Are there concerns about the legal trouble surrounding Matt Gaetz as you guys continue on this tour?
I think there's more concerns about the media with their alleged stories, and there aren't any women out there accusing Matt Gaetz, but there's tons of women accusing Governor Cuomo, and there's always tons of women accusing other people, but there's not one woman out there accusing Matt Gaetz.
Do you believe right now in this political climate there needs to be more effort to unify rather than divide?
I don't know how you unify with socialism. You see, that's the issue. The Democrats have turned so far left that they've forgotten what our country is all about. And it's never meant to be a socialist country. So we can unify when the Democrat Party wants to come back and remember freedom in America and stop forcing horrible policies on the people, raising taxes, ripping open our border, just allowing people that aren't even citizens to come in and our tax dollars, paying for their shelter, paying for their food, paying for their kids' schooling. So when the Democrats want to come back and figure out that they serve the American citizens and the American taxpayers, then I definitely think there can be more unifying.
Earlier today, I interviewed former Senator Jeff Flake about your guys' visit. He said he believes you guys speak for a minority of Republicans. Would you agree?
I'm going to go back to you might be a Democrat if your name's Jeff Flake.
Do you believe the Republican Party has changed?
No, I think the media and the Democrats want the Republican Party to change. Just like Matt said earlier, this is the Donald Trump Republican Party, and everyone I know is a Donald Trump Republican.
Thanks for your time.
Yep, you're welcome.